Hey guys, Flip here. I do want to apologize before we start this podcast because we had a lot of audio issues, especially on my end during this recording session. My mic cut off a good amount, and hopefully by next episode we can get that all squared away. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this podcast. Thank you.
Just for you, baby boy.
Welcome back, guys. This is Backlog Butchers. I'm your host today, Flip. Joining us, we got the always beautiful Nedley, or he actually wants to be called Brendan.
You can just call me Brendan now. I don't,
Yeah.
the Ned thing is, I don't know, kind of dead to me.
Right. How are you today?
I'm kind of cold. I'm questioning whether it's gonna snow outside, but other than that, man, I've been pretty good. You know, just
good.
big chilling, kind of just trying to finish some games out and shit like that. So
Still playing what is it, Spiritfarer?
fuck, dude, so much.
Yeah.
So much. That game's really fucking good, though. I'll tell you that.
We also have the fake Aussie here, aka Mistake Kun, Stanley.
Aussie. What's good? What's happening? Drinking my very lukewarm coffee. I had an iced coffee before, but now it's lukewarm coffee, so it's okay. That's all right.
Gross.
How did it
Alright,
heat
so
up?
boys, yeah. How did it heat up?
How did your
No,
coffee heat up?
I was in the espresso machine. I did it, and then I put the fat. Like usually, like when you put we have a really fat, like fuck off big ice cubes that you just put in it, and it'll make it cold, even if it's just like hot from it.
Like a whiskey glass,
everything, and
like a
then-
whiskey cube.
Yeah.
Like the whiskey
it's like
ball,
fuck off
yeah.
big. It's like fuck off big like that.
Yeah.
And we put it in, and I don't know what happened today. I guess it was just extra hot. I don't know.
I feel like having an espresso machine is so like pretentious.
Oh.
I mean,
no,
look at him.
man.
Look at him.
No.
Yeah, he does look like a fucking douchebag.
Just oozes pretension. He's even got the cups for it too.
This
This
IKEA,
fuck
bro. This is premium IKEA. Each of us in the Hell House actually have a cup exactly like this.
In the
That's
Hell
actually a
House.
pretty That's actually a pretty nice cup. I'm not gonna lie, no cap.
That's good IKEA shit.
All right, boys. So today we're actually discussing one of my top 3 Halo games, Halo Reach. Probably my favorite, like story-wise, when it comes to lore. And I gotta say, I actually did enjoy playing it again, even though I did play it like a year ago and that. So, but Halo Reach came out 2010. It's been 11. Well, actually, no, it's been 11 years since it came out.
Holy shit. No, it's actually one of my favorite Halo games as well. I think literally just like gameplay wise, and like I think not gameplay wise, maybe not, but at the same time, like just because like this story and the individual characters and the characterizations of them, it's actually my all-time favorite. I reckon I rate it higher than
Well,
Really?
really. I'll get into that
Maybe.
more at the end when I give you what my top ones are.
Mhm.
As of from Halo 1 to Halo Reach, nothing past that. So we'll go off the Bungie or the Bungo, like you guys. Well,
I mean, it really is. I
Right.
mean, you really have to think about it, right? And especially with
Yeah.
Halo now, it is delineated from Bungo to 343,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Which I
yeah,
mean,
right.
and we are at the finality of what people would consider the top Halo games.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah,
generally
which this
agree.
is actually
but-
a special episode if you think about it, because this finishes off the whole Bungie era of Halo. And honestly, Reach has a special place in my heart though too, just because, well, not only did I enjoy playing the hell out of that game, but I bought that game, as we said in the previous episodes, I bought that when my original Xbox 360 red ringed, and I ended up getting the Halo Reach amazing Xbox 360 Slim, which was silver, and it had like the Oni insignia on it.
Yeah.
And when you would turn it on, it was like the boot up.
Yeah,
It was just so good.
It was the shield charging sound
Yeah.
when it did it. It would
I
go
loved
boom. It was so good,
Mhm.
Yeah,
actually.
it was so cool. That was actually so cool. I think when I first went over to your house, I think I turned it on and a couple times just to hear it.
And
I was
then,
like,
Yeah, 'cause
and
you
then
were
he
like,
stole
"Wait,
it.
he wishes he still. I actually still have that Xbox, but sadly it's in a storage unit right now. So
him and his dad
'cause
tweezered the serial
surprisingly-
numbers off and reattached it, and then put it
Oh,
back in
you
your
always did
house
that,
and said
bro.
it's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
the same one.
surprisingly
Why did that, bro?
enough, that box, the box that it came in, wasn't destroyed.
Hmm.
Because I remember when I bought my PlayStation 3, I actually bought it after the Xbox 360. For whatever reason, because I used to have like swords in my room.
Fuck yeah.
In my-
Oh my god.
Let's go.
That's it. Bye, guys.
Let's
Can't do it
fucking
anymore.
go.
Can't hang out with
Fucking
fake sword guys.
go.
So this motherfucker, right, Mr. Mistake,
Mhm.
took unsheathed one of my swords and started stabbing my PlayStation 3 box.
This is the dumbest fucking story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Well, luckily
Yeah,
I
because I was
stopped him.
fucking in an anime.
Yeah. No,
I see
stopped
nothing's
him
changed.
from stabbing. Yeah, I stopped him from stabbing the Reach Halo Xbox 360 box, right? Because like the case looked so good because it had the cover of Halo Reach on it.
Can we
And of course it had. Yeah. What?
can we talk about how like fucking uber dork lame of a story this is? I prevented my friend Mistake Kun from taking my sword because he was so into anime from stabbing my Halo
No,
Reach
wait,
360
no,
box
no, no.
because I liked
He
the
wasn't
look of
gonna
it.
Steal my sword. He wasn't gonna steal.
He
my sword.
unsheathed my fake sword
Oh, no,
Yeah.
to try to
So, the
stab
funny
my
thing is-
boxes.
I never wanted those swords though. Those were a gift from my mom. She like randomly bought them at like the pawn shop and just gave them to me. She's like, I bought these for you. I'm like, okay, cool. This is actually before I was like super into anime.
Yeah, it was before all of us were like super into anime, right? I'm pretty sure.
Like I watched it, but I wasn't like into it
Yeah,
as
yeah.
much as like we are now. I mean, given I don't watch a lot of anime anymore, but I still like it as a
Fan, but it's okay.
as a medium,
Mhm.
you know. But we're getting off topic. We'll go back to Halo Reach. So
I'm baffled by the
playing
story.
Halo Reach. Playing Halo Reach was actually. I remember playing that game when I got my Xbox. I played that and beat the entire campaign that day before I
shit.
decided to hop on multiplayer with Mistake and all of our friends at the time.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to play that first before I jumped into multiplayer. Because they had the game like a week or two before I did. Because I mean I didn't have my Xbox at the time because it ringed, and I had to wait and save up money to play it.
Yeah.
And I just remember being blown away because the graphics were a lot better than Halo 3, and of course, as we discussed in the last episode, Halo ODST kind of took a big step back in terms of graphics for all the characters.
Yeah.
And a year later, they released this, and the graphics look superb.
Mhm.
And given the fact
Right.
that the armor customization, while it wasn't as great as Halo 3, they still gave you a decent amount to work with. And not only did it work in multiplayer, but it also changed in the campaign, which I thought
Yeah.
was
Yeah, that
so
was
nice.
fucking cool.
the fact that we could actually change our armor in game to make it fully customizable was one of my favorite things at the time from Halo Reach. And I mean, you played it on MCC too,
Mhm.
when we did this whole replay. But as most people, I don't know if they know yet, but because we have the new seasons in the Master Chief Collection, they made new armor.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have that Spartan helmet with the fucking horns, which I'll show here, like down here, it was so good. I thought it was so fucking awesome looking. It made
bro.
it so much better for me, especially like during cutscenes. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. I didn't even realize that because I just put on like the recon helmet just because it's what I always wore in multiplayer because it's what I liked. Not even realizing that was even like I totally forgot that was like even a thing that they were putting out new skins and that because I would just play the Master Chief Collection because back when I was playing all the time the multiplayer was busted. so I'd only play
Yeah,
for
yeah.
single player. So I never like really changed my armor all that much.
Mhm.
And then fucking Flip put in that picture into Discord. I was like, wait, what the fuck is this? And then so I started delving into it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Really? I wish I would have changed my armor now. God damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
All just fit, dude. Like it's awesome. Being able to see like your own, literally just see your own character in a campaign, like a story, like when it's about specifically your character and shit like that. I think it's cool. I think it's such a good move by Bungo to go ahead and do that with the armor customizations and actually let it show. Even though I bet it looks a bit silly because like you can actually, obviously you get like the armor of the other teams, like the other people of the team and stuff like that, and you can like put the same exact armor and everything, but it's still like cool like to have that in there because
Yeah.
it's
still your Spartan. It's
yeah.
Right.
but I mean the customization in Reach. So Reach isn't my favorite Halo by far. Honestly, it's probably middle of the pack for me. But yeah, especially multiplayer wise, yeah, I didn't enjoy a lot of things about the sandbox of Reach. I we'll get into it, but yeah, it's probably middle of the pack for me, honestly. But the customization I always thought was fucking super dope, especially like you said, like having your multiplayer Spartan in as your campaign Spartan. That shit was fucking, even back in the day, that was cool shit to me, because all the time you would change it for multiplayer, but it'd always be the chief or it'd always be the rookie. But to have it actually like a fucking change over to what your multiplayer is like super fucking dope. I love it so much, actually. But yeah, I mean the customization is fucking like super cool in this game. So I just I don't know. I understand why everybody loves this one so much. I won't ever knock it. I do think there's a lot of good things about it. There's a lot that I think was underwhelming that a lot of people actually enjoyed. I won't get into it, but like, I guess we just start once again with the characters, right? Like, following the ODST model, right? You really see that the pack of 6, right?
Right.
Noble 6. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they just lost the original Noble 6. And then your character is the one who comes in to be the replacement of this team that, you know, has been fighting together for a while now. So,
yeah, exactly. And everybody's like,
time.
but you're blacked out. Your service record is blacked out, and you're like, oh, you're super mysterious.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
it's supposed to be the player. It's supposed to be you. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I think
exactly.
they framed it that way. I think the only little snippet you get in the backstory of like who Noble 6 is that like it's supposed to be like a reflection of like, you know, obviously us as the player and stuff. And it's like, oh, I don't want any, like Carter even says like I don't want any lone wolf stuff. So indicating that like as you just work alone the whole time and you just do your own shit and you don't work with a team and shit like that. And that's the only thing that like you get as a backstory is like you just did shit. You were obviously like really lethal, whatever the fuck.
Oh,
like you just did everything on your own.
That's not all you get.
Yeah.
Because you also get the fact that you're a space fucking pilot.
Yeah. But like throughout the entire game though, you're not that lone wolf, which is nice because if you think about it, every single game you're pretty much by yourself. If you, like the main character is by themselves. Master Chief is by himself. This one you actually have a team, and that first level winter contingency is probably my favorite like introduction or like first level to any of the Halo games because you're getting to work with a actual team, you know. You get to see Carter, you get to see George and all of them really just running alongside of you as you guys are, you know, fighting elites that you're like, why are they here? You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about that first level, that intro to everybody was nice.
And I do think that that's probably some of the best character writing as well in this game is winter contingency period. Like that whole when you first meet the Covenant to then when you split off and Kat and Carter go over here and you and George and Emil, who is not a very good character, go and drive and go save the rest of the Marines, right? And go figure out what the rules what. And even when they come back together, that part's still cool. That whole cutscene when they go and they're getting in and they're breaking into that facility and the Zealot elites are there and they kick him down. They kick Noble 6 down. Your guys got your back and shit, and then they fucking run off carrying that lady behind him. That part's that scene's fucking cool.
Yeah, that
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 is my
fucking
favorite
cutscene.
scene
Ooh.
because the music in that one spot is just like, yo, these zealots are badass
Yeah.
as fuck.
They're
It-
supposed to be. Yeah.
This is-
I think in this
so-
game for like the Covenant ranking, you can actually see like why like the elites like they're like the leaders, like the zealots are the leaders, and they look like the people that you
Yeah.
would fuck with and all that shit. And but it's cool that you see the team back you up. Obviously, you're pinned down and stuff, and you punch elite in the mouth and shit, and then
Yeah.
and then they fight them off. They kick your DMR back to you and shit like that, and it's fucking it's so cool.
Yeah, that cutscene, that whole scene right there is like top tier right there. That's that's the highest part of the game for me, is right at the very beginning. It starts off like really fucking good, like really good.
And another thing I love about that level, like for those cutscenes, is it kind of humanizes the Spartan a lot more too. Within just that first level, because we see George, who is a Spartan too, like Master Chief, but he's talking to the girl that was kidnapped, right? But he's talking to her like a normal person, trying to like comfort them because some shit just fucking like traumatic happened. Her father's lying
her
there
dad's dead.
Yeah, and he's trying to like connect with her to make it so she's a little more comfortable around these fucking
It humanizes everybody.
super soldiers. Yeah, and that's what I love about this game, because as you're playing Halo, I mean, you're the Master Chief, and you learn his backstory. Like, he was kidnapped and then made into the super soldier, and you understand that with these Spartans, but you actually get to see them interact with not only each other, but try to interact with like the people around them.
Yeah.
So that's what I loved about that entire first level. Like, especially replaying it, because now I have so much more like understanding of like what's going on in like human interaction that I didn't have back when the game came out. Because I mean, we were teenagers, right? So we didn't really understand like the like level of depth that it was actually going as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I really liked about it. So, and then of course, as the game moved on, I mean, they had phenomenal cutscenes throughout, honestly. When Halsey shows up, I loved how she was just like, are you trying to tell me what to do?
Well,
and
it's funny when
everything.
you're a Halo Lord dork like we are, right? How if you pay attention to it, and George is the only one that seemingly has respect for her, right? He constantly calls her ma'am. He's really formal. And the rest of them are just like, no, fucking business. Because I mean, Spartan 3, which they're all Spartan 3s minus George, weren't a Halsey project. It was the Spartan 2s were hers, right? And Spartan 3s were just a makeshift cobbled together, making expendable super soldiers to do suicide missions. And so it's funny because they do talk shit all the time to her. They're like, you're gonna tell us what to do? She goes, oh, fuck you, hang on.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like George, I think the reason why he has so much respect for, because like I think he sees it like as like Halsey's his mom type shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just like they created, that's what it is.
Yeah, just like we said for John.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's his mother figure, but he doesn't bring it to the extent that John does.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Like, he has a little bit more, it's more respect than it is that motherly type deal. Like, yes, there is that motherly figure for him, and you can see that coming through, but he's a little bit more business when it comes to his emotions. Like, in that aspect. And I mean, George is honestly my favorite Spartan 2 after probably, it's hard because I like John, but that's because he's the Master Chief. If I didn't have to include John, it's a close tie between him and honestly. So
I think George is probably my favorite of Noble Squad as well.
No, I agree with that.
Which sucks that he gets so little screen time, because everybody else is kind of, I don't know. We talk about their writings and stuff, right? And how they are as characters. And I think George is really the only one that ever makes like the impact, because he has that dichotomy of being a cold-blooded fucking murderer, and also being, you know, a nice fucking like caring guy who actually gives a shit about.
Yeah, exactly.
He's from Reach. He knows the people. Like, it's insinuated that
He
he's
knows
from
the
Reach. He
language,
knows the
yeah.
language. He knows how to interact with these people. He knows what they go through, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't really make a lot of sense because he was kidnapped when he was a kid, but I digress, right?
Yeah.
But like he's the only one that seems to have some semblance of human emotion. You have Emil who says maybe 4 words at the end of the fucking game, other than you know throwing knives and shit. Which his helmet's cool, but that's about it.
Well,
Carter who has 0 backbone. I don't know how he's squad lead because he can't say fucking yes or no to anybody.
Right. And then we have June, or is it June?
It's
Yeah,
June.
it's June.
Who's still alive.
He's still alive, but he just kind of like fucks off
He does. He just leaves.
with Halsey. He just disappears, right?
Yep.
And we didn't know if he was dead or not until pretty much Halo 5, or no.
4.
Yeah, Halo 5, or was it 4?
4 is when they
Might
had
have
that
been
cutscene with Halsey when she was being debriefed.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
And
you
then
would
I think you
insinuate
hear
that
his
June's
voice or something like that.
alive. Maybe.
Yeah.
And
Because Halsey's still alive.
then yeah, so yeah, we have, and then Kat. I mean, she's cool. She was like one of the first characters we were ever really shown.
I
in
think
the
her voice
trailers.
acting is like not very good though.
It was all right. It
It's
wasn't the
very.
greatest.
It's flat to me. And
Yeah.
playing it again, I'm like,
It wasn't
man, have
the
some
greatest.
emotion.
Right. Which
Well, they're not supposed to have
her-
emotion. Like that's the thing. They're supposed to be soldiers, like made and stuff like that. I mean, like I
But
don't. they're not
everybody
supposed
else
to-
actually talked like a human. Like listen
Yeah,
to
it's
Carter
true.
talk,
Well,
listen to
Carter-
George, listen to
Mhm.
even
Emil.
fucking June and
Yeah.
Emil. Like have June's just a cocky
Somewhat.
bastard, but
I gotta say, I don't like June's like accent though.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't care for it
What
either.
it's supposed to be? What is supposed to like? What is his accent?
It
supposed to
sounds
be?
like
Middle Eastern, or,
more-
like
Yeah, it reminds me more of like Assassin's Creed,
Like
like that,
Egyptian.
like Mediterranean
Oh, it could be.
Egyptian. So but yeah,
Egyptian.
so yeah, he sounded like he was from like Assassin's Creed, like Middle Eastern type
Mhm.
deal. That's what I keep thinking. And I think when he takes off his helmet, didn't he
He's
he
got the
has
arrow
tattoos.
tattooed.
Yeah.
he has
Or
tattoo.
up, I think
Yeah.
is actually what it is.
Right. So, and his complexion's a little darker, so that's why I keep thinking that he might be like Middle Eastern descent.
I think so too. I was just wondering what it is. And
Yeah.
Emil's supposed to be Hispanic, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
Maybe. But so going back on Emil, like, yeah, the fact that like for Reach he wasn't really well written. But
he was
I
written.
know- Yeah.
He had like literally like 6 lines,
Right.
and they're all like,
But,
"I got the gun."
I'm ready.
so-
How about you?
I came across
Be
a
careful.
YouTube video like right before we started playing that explained why he like has his helmet the way he does. Apparently it's canon and non-canon at the same time because the person who wrote it, it was supposed to get published, but it never got published.
Oh,
Yeah. They can publish it whenever they want to, but they just haven't done it. But it just explains his backstory and how he was chosen to become a part of the Spartan 3 program. But it's a good, like, I guess I listened to it more than I actually like looked into it, but it was pretty cool as to why he is the way he is. But they could have given him a little bit. They could have given him a lot more like depth. Halo
Anything,
Reach.
give him anything.
Yeah.
So it goes into like, is it like, I think we just take it like whatever's in the game and Reach, like when you play it and stuff like that. Obviously the books and like how the overall experience, I think it's important just to like try to keep it to the like what's in the game and stuff, what you can find in that actual game and stuff.
Right,
But
of
like
course.
because like there's a lot of stuff, like there's a lot of other fans do a lot of the like you can go to X website, this excerpt, and you can find out way more about it and everything. But I think it is like important just to like keep it to in Reach, which is like
Right.
I like the canon aspect of it though. I do like the whole backstory of like why things are the way they are, but it's just like sucks like they couldn't give him more shit to
Yeah.
Right.
you know?
That always falls back onto everything. I mean, I've said it since Halo 2, right? I don't like having to rely on outside anything for any sort of like plot device or character or anything like that. It's just never felt right. I like to have like fully contained things, which it doesn't feel like 4 of these characters are.
Which we will definitely get into, because honestly, like Halo 5 into Infinite, there's something there that confused the hell out of me. So when we get to that point, we'll definitely discuss that more.
Yeah.
Just because. But yeah, the characters in Halo Reach I did love. Well, at least I'd say half of them.
I would lean on half. I think half are Carter, Kat, and George are fleshed out, right? June.
What do you guys think? Noble 6 is well written?
No.
Well, he's the main character, so it's hard to say yes or no. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his lines, there's not much. It's I'm on it. Got it.
Do you think it's the way he? But
I've
there's
got
a lot
the gun.
of like nonverbal. There's a lot of like nonverbal communications that you can kind of see if you really want to like take that in depth of a look of like how he handles Cortana, like which is the package that Halsey gives him. And everything, and how he handles in the interaction or like his body language when he's like standing towards the back when Carter's talking and everything. There's like that kind of like trying to figure out his way. Like he knows he's like we're them, like we're the elite machine that like goes through the game, obviously.
But he also knows he's a replacement.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why like sometimes like he's very like kind of like stuff in the back. Yeah. There's a lot of like nonverbals you can see on like that looks on their personalities and stuff like that, which amplify either can help the character or like them or it can hurt them as well. Like Carter not having like what you said, a real commander backbone.
Like anything.
Yeah. He's not. Yeah, the way he communicates or like the way his face looks like when he tries to talk with like, the authoritative figures or where the fuck for it. It doesn't sound right.
I gotta say, these facial animations are pretty shit too. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of the times, I was like, "Holy God!" Like, and I get it's early 360, so it's easy to like shit on it, but
it's not even early 360.
Yeah, that's also true. It's late 360. I'm just like, man, these faces though.
But they're still better than Halo 3. Like
ODST. Yeah.
Well, no, it's better than Halo 3, but it's definitely better than ODST. But it does improve. Well, it does improve on Halo, like character, like models and faces. But the one thing I liked mainly, like graphics wise, I like the whole like color grading they did for it.
Yeah.
Like that dull, the more dull colors, not super vibrant, which was really nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it fit the aesthetic that they were going for Reach, because it's not Earth. It's not Halo, so it's not gonna look like beautiful like that. It's a different like type of like flora, fauna.
And with that, I do feel that Noble 6 as, you know, a squad or characters, but I think that Reach is also a pretty pivotal, like, quote unquote character here too. I mean, really a lot of it's the foil, a lot of the interactions that occur and a lot of the level design is just the foil for showing Reach as a whole thing, including how, you know, the humans were you know, interacting with this, like all the Oni sword based sites, right? Like everything at Reach is like either think about it in the way that you see how many different wildlife species do you actually see on Reach as opposed to any other Halo game? You see a shit ton.
Ooh.
You see the MOA things, bro. And then you got the fucking big thing. I forget what they're called now, but on the level of June,
like the Star Wars ones,
like
the Rancors.
yeah.
But if you look up at the skyboxes, they're all super well intricate. Like
birds.
It's actually
it's
like
a beautiful game.
Like just landscape wise, I do think this game really stands out in a lot of different ways.
Right, like even the level that I'm sure you hate because you said it in Discord how you felt about it, the space battle one.
Oh my god!
Like honestly,
I like that.
The sky for that one was actually pretty awesome, though. If you think when you look around when you're flying, when you're not dying.
Yeah, when was that? When I was getting ambushed by 4 Seraph-fighters, or I was getting ambushed by 5 Seraph-fighters? Because
I
fuck
was
that
just
level.
telling you that like Reach is probably one of the hardest games to play on Legendaries because of that level. You die so fast, and there's nothing you can do because they have so much health. You can't do anything.
And the recharge is fucking ridiculous.
The recharge is stupid. There's no cover to go behind because Halo is all about popping into cover and popping back out again, right? Once again, we have health packs when you're Spartan, but
which my gripe with health packs, unlike the old ones where you can just walk over it and you heal.
You have to
this
grab
one you actually have you have to actually intentionally get the health pack.
I'm with you on that. But I go into the space thing, and I forgot how much I hated this level. I had it posted in Discord because I'm like, oh yeah, this is like the lead up to it's really cool when you know the whole non-conversation happens between Hammond and Carter about them once again him bowing down to Kat's plan of going into space, grabbing this slip space drive off of another fucking ship, taking it onto this Covenant ship, taking that Covenant ship to the fucking carrier, and then blowing it. Was fucking cool. And the lead up to that when you're charging into sword base, or not sword base, but the fucking the space program
airspace and stuff.
And like you're like running on the beaches with all of Noble 6 and everybody's just fucking going and you're fucking shooting, the music's pumping, and you go inside and they're like, fuck the Covenant in here, what do we do? Like, all right, well let's get to the ship before they figure out what we're trying to do. And then you go into space.
Yeah,
and that level grinds to a fucking halt.
And so the cutscene happens with George. That's cool. Like
that whole rest, even inside the Covenant ship, sucked. I'll be honest with you. Like everything about that level after the getting in the ship sucked.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Covenant ship. The cutscene with George though did hit me.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, bro.
Just because like we said earlier, he's the most
human.
That character, you get drawn to him so quick and so early on in the game that one actually, you know, when he died, he was the first one to die.
Yeah, he was.
And you're just like, fuck. He just sacrificed it. I loved though when he picked Noble 6 up and then he's just like walking over.
Don't deny me this. He throws it on the ship.
It's fucking Noble 6 is like,
all right.
Fuck. All right,
okay.
So.
But yeah, that level fucking that whole after the getting in that ship level fucking literally sucks because there's nowhere to get the cover back. There's nowhere to get the cover to fucking. I took the ship after like the 30th time dying. As soon as the level started, I turned around. I went to the ship I was supposed to be defending. Went behind the ship. Put my thrusters on back, and then just like peeked out and shot things.
I think that's probably around the time where I got ahead of you because I finished before you did last night.
I hated.
You had a lot harder time than I did last night.
I can't stand that level. And then the Phantoms come in, and then you have to go and push them. But there's all these Seraphs still about. Oh my fuck, dude! I can't stand that space level. Like Bungie does really great with first-person shooters, but god damn it, and it was in that era too when even Star Wars was falling into the trap of making space battle games, and they weren't that great. So like, why do we feel the need to have to fucking change it up? I get it was cool.
Nothing beats Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 is good though. Battlefront 2 is crazy good.
I give them props for making the attempt.
Hot take.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was able to figure out a way to. I wouldn't say cheese it, but I figured that under the Covenant ship, that's actually where they won't shoot you at. For the most part, I was able to recharge my shields a lot when I went.
Oh, that part's fine. It's the leading up to that part where you're getting into the Pelican to get the slip space drive. The attack in the Covenant ship, that one's like sucks still, but it's fine. Like it's not that bad.
Doable, yeah.
Ooh, I did. Well, surprisingly, I didn't die. But New Alexandria, when we had to fly
the fucking the little like
that one
thing. Yeah.
The fact that I didn't die a single time, dude, my Hornet was smoke I couldn't see. There were banshees that I was just like shooting at that I couldn't see in front of me. I had to angle the camera a certain way a few times to figure out if I was actually hit.
I never had a problem with that level. That level's fine. Like it's kind of slow, and
Yeah,
some of it's kind of
think it-
bullshit, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah. It's like you take the little hornet and you're flying from like ginormous skyscraper,
skyscraper
to
to
each and stuff like that,
skyscraper.
and skyscraper
Right.
just to see like 'cause you can't go on the ground because Covenant's destroying everything or some shit like that.
Because you were
can't.
just down there too. You just did all that shit down below, which that level I actually do think is fucking cool. After you fall out of the spaceship and you land in New Alexandria, and that's like all you got is your pistol and no Spartans, and you just gotta like, okay, let's find somebody, right?
Yeah.
This fucking man pulled a Master Chief before Master Chief even did it.
True.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he did.
Like, but I actually enjoyed New Alexandria a lot until there were
Did you find
times.
the DJ grunt? Did you find the grunt that was DJing?
I mean, I found it in the past. I didn't do
I
it.
didn't.
This
I
time.
didn't. I
Just
didn't find it this
helped me get
time.
through it.
What?
But so the one building that you go to, it had 4 elites, or not 4 elites, 4 hunters in it.
Yeah.
Did you kill any of those hunters?
Yeah. I killed all of them.
Oh, I didn't. I just ran, activated it, and ran right out.
No, I killed all 4.
Yeah, I was like,
no
nah, I'm
problems
good.
actually.
I had the ammo. What?
You can still like break the hunter armor and stuff like that in this one, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Or you
the
can- yeah, okay, yeah,
hunter armor
okay.
breaks.
Yeah, you do plasma on the bottom one's backs, and you finish them out with the shotgun. Then you grab the jackhammer that's right in the middle. You use 2 for the left and 2 for the right, and you're done. It's not hard.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're slow enough that you can literally run past them.
If you actually
Activate it
engage
real
the
quick,
hunters, they're
and
actually a pretty good fight for the first time in Halo. So,
No, I know. I agree with that. Any hunters throughout this entire game were actually pretty go up against.
Pretty fun, yeah.
So
I have a nitpick though, and
what
it
is
goes. It comes back to the ODST thing too. It's like, once again, why are there brutes? Because Halo 1 you saw no brutes. Halo 2 you saw brutes at the end.
Wait,
But
where
now
the brutes
that-
in Halo Reach? I forget.
Alexandria,
yeah, New Alexandria is when they first
okay.
show up.
Okay.
and they still suck.
And then, yeah.
and
Well,
and
that's
this
the
is
only time
this
that
is
you
totally nitpicky. Is like their armor is Halo 3 armor, but this was prior to Halo 2, where before they had the cool armor, and you're just like, fuck it,
So
really.
it's not. It still looks cool, but it's not as intricate as the Halo. Like they still have grab hammers.
But yeah, to think
The
back to
grab hammers.
the Halo 2 armor though was just the yarmulke and a shoulder pad.
The fucking
Right. There were no chieftains or
Yeah.
anything fighting yet.
And now you have
But, like,
chieftains and hammer guys and all this other
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's like tough to say because it's like it's hard because the consistencies of it, because obviously this game came out after all of those, and so like should Bungo have like stripped back all of that?
That's
like,
and
the
that's
integration
and
they
that's
did
that's
and
why
stuff like that.
Right.
yeah, and that's why I don't like
Yeah.
prequels as much either. And this goes for
Yeah,
any
it's
medium,
hard.
right? Is because you have to advance while bringing back, right? And it's a
Right.
hard thing to
Yeah.
juggle because like once again,
Yeah,
like
like
you
what
go
we
through Halo
said.
1 and 2, you don't see Hornets ever, but now we've got Hornets flying
Yeah,
all
we
around.
have them everywhere, right? Yeah.
Where did the DMR disappear to? It's the only game the DMR was
exactly.
in. Where did the DMR go? They didn't
Now
turn
we
into
know
a battle
DMR's in
rifle in
4,
a
bro.
year.
Right. And like we
Yeah,
had
exactly.
discussed
That makes it even
before,
worse.
the fork drop ships showed up throughout Halo Reach, right? And then at
Yep.
the end we have phantoms.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And like we said with ODST, where the fuck are the elites? We don't fight any elites
Yeah, you do.
at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no DST, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No DST.
No,
Yeah, it's just like it's weird. It's like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like it is a bit nitpicky though. Like this is guys, it's integrations that they come out through when they
That's
come
what I
out
said.
in the
It's
games,
totally.
but, like,
It's a nitpicky
hard.
fucking thing. I will
Yeah.
never deny that fact.
mhm.
Right.
But
Am I fine with how they did it? Sure, because it's not like in the moment you're not really thinking about it like lore wise. You're just like you're having fun playing a game for the most part. And when we were replaying it just to see like how it is, those are things that we noticed. Like, wait, this is before Halo 1,
Mhm.
like fruits. So
Yeah.
but
It's just things like that. It's just things that I can't help but notice, right? And it's
Right.
how do you feather that? I wouldn't have me personally, if I was running Bungie, I wouldn't have done a prequel, but that's just me because you see it like Star Wars and shit too. You look at the prequel trilogy and you're like, well, how do you have all this? But then you go to the old trilogy, which is after the prequel trilogy, and everything's like less advanced. Like it's that conundrum that you run into doing a prequel, right? Like,
me and my roommates, we watched the all the Star Wars from like release order and stuff. I forgot episode 4 or whatever, the first Star Wars movie. I forgot that how easy that Luke it just goes along with everything. Fucking he grows up with all these people and they're dead. No grievance. Like, you are a Jedi. You must come with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm
going.
down.
Yep. Especially his aunt and uncle who fucking raised them. They're literally
Running alive,
burnt
bro.
skeletons.
Yeah, there's just
You just see
skeletons.
their charred remains right there, and he's just like he's sad
He
for
goes,
a little bit. And
Yo, is
then,
that speeder still available? Though, can I get a ride?
It fucking hops in. He's like, all right, Ben, I'm coming with you. I'm a Jedi. Let's do this.
Doesn't even
It's just
bury
like-
him.
It was just like, or it's just like, and all of a sudden, random characterization happens. Like Han Solo's like, he doesn't believe in the Force. And he's like, "May the Force be with you, kid." Yeah.
and he shot the dude first too.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part though, the most meme worthy one, was fucking Luke with the lightsaber looking straight into it. Like, bro, you about to press that button and you looking directly into it.
I don't want to get.
Also, like he automatically knows what a lightsaber is. I thought the Jedi were wiped out and stuff like that. He had no knowledge of whatever that happened.
No,
He knows what a lightsaber is.
A lot of them still had knowledge of them.
Really? Like,
Yeah,
They were like stories,
like
right?
it was very limited.
oh, okay.
It was like
you see
fables
that
and
more
tales.
later. Yeah,
Wow.
you learn that more later on in like the sequel trilogy. But I mean, we're totally off topic at this point. But
No.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to say. It was funny.
Okay.
You know how it's a big meme, the stormtrooper aim and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And
It's
it
so
actually was funny because when Luke and like Han and whatever puts the arm on, it's like, I can't see a fucking thing in this or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's because like that's the reason why stormtrooper aim is so shit. They can't see anything. So it's
well,
like,
dude, you'll need to watch The Mandalorian then, because there's even better stuff on stormtroopers than that. It's fucking
Alright.
great.
I'll watch it.
So yeah, so back to Halo Reach.
all right, good. Thank you for that tangent. It's good. Much needed
Yeah.
for prequels.
Right. So yeah, yeah. I mean, unlike you, I do enjoy prequels if they're they don't try to put too much in it.
Yeah.
where they have to backtrack a lot or try to move forward too much.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to. They had a good amount of stuff to work with if you
Mhm.
think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That they could have gone off a little bit more off books, which I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure because the only book that they really have on Reach is Fall Reach, and
Yeah.
that's more a Master Chief story anyway. They don't have too
would be.
much on like anything that happened on Reach, so they had to pretty much go off of what they
Yeah.
and of course, I mean, we didn't have brutes in the Fall of Reach, so the fact that they added it, it's not a big deal to me, but like you said, it's
Yeah.
just nitpicky.
Yeah, it's total
of
nitpicky.
us. Yeah.
I think it was
So-
just to break up the gameplay, like loop and stuff like that. Anyways,
It
It's just,
totally
like,
was.
the
And,
with
there,
those
and
for-
there's a line. There's a line where you're fighting
Mm.
elites, which I gotta say, like,
The elites were harder in this
what the
game.
fuck, dude?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
big boys,
yeah.
dude.
When we talked about Halo 2, and I talked about how quick that their melees were, and they'd just be like, "Ugh," and then you'd be dead.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh,
twice as
fucking- they
fast in this
fucking-
one, dude.
They
They're like-
fucking, like
Well, no,
they,
not only that, their hits, they fucking hit.
They fucking
Yeah.
kill
They
you.
hit hard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
You're just
painful.
like, what the? Right.
That
And
was
you're
They
just
run
like,
with you,
holy
bro.
shit.
They're fast as fuck. They literally
Yeah.
like fucking football, fucking shove you and they tackle
Yeah.
you and they shoulder you
Dude,
and you're fucking dead.
they're thick. The way they designed them in They are some thick ass
They're
motherfuckers.
fucking big boys,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. That's why I love it, bro. They're supposed to be
Yeah.
these big fucking 7 foot, nearly 8 foot tall motherfuckers, and they're supposed to be
Yeah.
large and ginormous. And then that's why then I think when they first saw elites, like Winter Contingency, they're just like, oh fuck, they're zealots. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, they're like
Yeah.
Spartan killers or some shit like that, or like they're assassins. Like they're made. Like the reason they have swords is because they're like supposed to like they kill the Spartans. That's what they do.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're made to do. It's cool.
I also love the fact that the translator got turned off, and that they
Yeah.
actually speak
Oh, I loved
like
it.
alien.
Yeah.
Because-
They do speak
You
alien.
just hear screaming in like random like
Much like Halo
Voices.
1 was the same way, where they didn't
Yeah.
like the grunts sometimes spoke English, but like, but the elites never
It
really.
was
They were like,
very-
bork,
yeah.
bork, bork, bork.
Yeah. Still, it's a meme to this day. Still.
Yeah.
Exactly, but like,
Mhm.
and then you get into Halo 2, and they're like, "Oh, we have slayed the demon," and you're like, "Okay, like, I get it because AIs and shit, but
Yeah.
right.
but like in
Mhm.
Reach, like they just start yelling in
They did.
alien language is awesome. Even the
Yeah,
grunts
Have you guys
do.
ever? Have you guys
Yeah.
ever beat Reach on Legendary?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
no, I have not.
I did back in the
beat every
day.
level except the space
Hold
battle
on.
one. I skipped the
So
space battle.
back in the day I have. Back in the day I have, and on co-op I have. But on my most recent like legendary playthrough, like at tip of the spear.
Yeah.
So
I literally just skipped the space battle one. It's too hard.
Yeah, it's
so
stupid.
Well, when me and Devonte did it, back when it came out on PC,
Mhm.
it took us maybe like 6 or 7 tries to finally beat the space battle one,
Mhm.
because either one of us died or both of us died.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason you can beat like it's because you had co-op as like one person would take the heat and you can respawn, right? Can you respawn with the ship and stuff? I'm pretty sure you can finesse like moving out of the atmosphere so that the other person responds, some shit like that. Like
Just move behind
That's the
the
only way I can do
fucking.
it just takes the
Yeah.
heat off. Like if all of them
Debris.
are on you, you're fucking dead. You can't do anything. You just die
Yeah.
so fast.
Right.
Yeah, you really do.
But yeah, no,
yeah.
I mean legendary. Legendary. It's probably one of the more challenging legendaries
Oh,
There-
it's so hard, man.
out there.
I think it's the hardest.
Yeah, maybe.
For me,
I
it is.
know, I know what is the second level sword base or sword
Oh,
base. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I
So
think the
that
third slot,
one,
it's like here.
I used
yeah.
to have a lot of trouble on legendary with that one till I figured out like certain spots where they wouldn't like the enemies wouldn't go when you first start up, and then you're trying to make your way to destroy
yeah.
Mhm.
the anti
The AA
aircraft
guns
guns,
and the communicators.
yeah.
Yeah.
which those are super easy to cheese. A lot of people didn't realize that like you can shoot them from far away and they'll
Mhm.
blow up,
Yep, I know.
and then you can just run through.
I have
That's
to
what I
say,
did.
I know that I bitch about retreads of levels in Halo games.
Mhm.
This may be the only one that I'll give the pass to because they did enough to the said level design to switch it up so that way it wasn't so
Sure.
obvious, right?
Obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when you're going around, you're in the warthog, and then they're like, go back to sword base, and
Mhm.
you don't realize that you're pretty much already there.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
took a different route, and then it makes you go back up that ramp and then into the actual sword base to fight
Mhm.
those 2 hunters.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you don't really realize it until you get up there. You're like, oh shit, I'm back over here.
Mhm.
How did that happen?
Yo.
So-
I know we were talking about the enemies that were trying to like as the games were going at throughout. In this game, were there any like those drones, the buggers and stuff?
No.
Were there any of those?
Were there?
Mhm.
Oh
Last,
yeah,
last
it was
level for
towards the
sure.
end. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, fuck that.
Yeah, they're
I
the
actually
worst.
they only appear in that one spot, which is nice in the cave area.
Mm.
They're a lot easier to kill because they also like die within like 1 DMR shot.
DMR is so powerful. in
The
that game, bro.
DMR is
It's ridiculous.
so good,
broken.
dude.
I
What- what-
forgot how slow it was though.
Mhm.
It's actually a very slow weapon, but it's super like powerful. The
Mhm.
one gun that I use, the needle rifle.
Oh my god,
You
the
have
thing
to
is fucking
Needle rifle
slaps,
was
dude.
so good.
Mhm.
That
Free shot
one,
every
the
elite.
pistol wasn't pistol, they brought the pistol back to like Halo 1 days, which I loved. It wasn't as strong as it, but it was definitely better than Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that pistol strength, I really liked it a lot. Like that pistol strength was perfect. I think that's what they were trying to do with each like rendition of like the Bungo games, is like trying to find the perfect balance with the Magnum, like with the pistol. And it did. What'd you guys think? I guess we can talk about more about weapons, but like, what'd you guys think of the Bloom being in the game?
I didn't mind it.
Yeah. It's not like super noticeable. I mean, like you'll notice it, but it doesn't really hinder gameplay that much.
I think it's more frustrating in multiplayer. But
Multiplayer
I think it's because tensions are high, your shots count more. I mean, really, when you play in campaign, right, you're just kind of spraying and going and trying to methodically take them out. But also, you're not worried because it's the campaign, right? You just respawn and move on. In multiplayer, it's not that way. You're trying to win. You're trying to get sweaty. You're getting competitive.
I think the Bloom actually is so have you guys played obviously multiplayer and stuff, and have you guys played like in the late cycles of Reach and stuff like that, and you guys played it during the multiplayer during MCC launch, right? Or
no,
not much?
Yeah, I played it with you.
Yeah, you did. So like there was an update called like TU, which is like tournament update 3. And so what it like revamped the entire way Bloom worked inside multiplayer, other than the MOG players, which took it away completely or whatever. But like they adjusted it so much because it was such a big like deal for like the people that were playing multiplayer and stuff. And when you go back and play a campaign, you just kind of forget that the Bloom was reduced 70% when you go into multiplayer and stuff. Like it's still there, but it was actually just taken up that much. Yeah.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, but no, in campaign you don't really notice it as much. So I had no issues with it. And the only gun that I actually hated using, it's the one that like you have to charge up. It pretty much shoots like plasma balls.
I don't know.
It's not the real. No, it's not the railgun. It's
I never used any of the. Where they shoot the sticky grenades.
Yeah, that one I hate. That one was so like that one was so confusing to like use sometimes.
I still not use it, bro. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, because like you charge it up and then you actually have to release it. It doesn't. The plasma guns do, and it tracks, but it doesn't track well.
Yeah.
The only time I used it was when I found it on tip of the spear? Might have been tip of the spear, where you see you see the ghosts, the grunts jump in the ghosts and they try to run away. Shoot them with that, and then you get into the Revenant, which is probably it was a good addition, like vehicle wise. It was a nice addition to the game. I didn't like the Warthog that had the launcher on.
The rocket hog.
I hated that one.
It was like a mix between the Spectre vehicle in Halo 2, which is like the Covenant Warthog. And a Wraith. No, that's what it was.
I'd rather just have the Spectre than the Revenant, honestly. Right. It felt weird to have just a faster Wraith, because then why would you ever use a Wraith?
Well, it was a faster Wraith, but it was actually like so weak.
No, like the bomb. Oh, you can't kill anybody with it. It's actually hard if you don't.
It's very annoying. Like I'll put the clip of me like trying to kill the 2 hunters with it.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I know what you're talking about.
That's the only thing they could do that for. Even in multiplayer, you just run people over with it. It's just so bad. You can't kill anybody with the gun.
I was like, let me not try to just run them over. I had to hide behind a rock just to like shoot them, because their plasma cannons do fucking work on that thing.
Do so much damage.
But it takes like 4 or 5 shots to take out a Wraith with that thing just on its own. So, but just overall, trying to kill the hunters is a lot more challenging thing than killing a Wraith.
So equipment played a lot bigger focus in this than obviously Halo 3 did, which we talked about. I mean, weapons. I think weapons. I mean, I don't think any of them are really that shit, minus the plasma launcher. But man, I don't think I used anything but sprint.
I use
Armor lock.
yeah, I didn't use armor lock. I didn't use
The no fun button?
decoy.
The dude, when Reach first came out, they nerfed the shit out of armor lock because when it first came out, everyone abused it.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing was fucking nasty.
Yeah, dude. Like you can use armor and it's instantaneous, the EMP effect on it. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
when it first came out, now you have to charge it and it depletes it. You just can't spam it. But when you hit it, when it initially came out, you would hit it and then the EMP blast was so big that like if you did it when someone tried to melee you, you just beat them. Like you just they can't do anything.
Yeah,
No, I
it was
remember that.
so
Cool.
fucking
It was
dumb.
broken.
I still don't like equipment, honestly, and that's why I didn't like the multiplayers. I couldn't stand the equipment personally.
Mhm.
Like it just all of it felt kind of like not great, right? Like we still have equipment in Halo Infinite and you know in later Halos as well, but I don't know. In this one, and I get that it's like the second iteration of equipment,
Yeah.
but like all of them just kind of felt not great to me personally.
Yeah. Well, the only time I did enjoy equipment though in multiplayer was Big Team Battle, just because it made it like fun. Like
The fade on the Spartan.
you would have like funny moments too.
Yeah.
Especially when like people are driving around and you just fucking come in and you fucking armor lock and everything. Yeah, and they just blow up and it's just like the funniest shit.
Armor lock is like
But-
made from Overwatch. It's created
Yeah.
to make sure nobody has fun.
Yeah. but no, I just campaign wise, I would use sprint and then jetpack if I needed to.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So that jetpack level in New Alexandria, I still think
That one was a fun one.
I still think that part is fucking cool. With the jump
Yeah,
with the
I
jumping
mean-
ODST. Oh, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
cool.
just seeing what were they called? The flying frogs or something?
Yeah, something like
Yeah, I
that.
think that's what they're called. That was their squad called or some shit.
Yeah. No, I thought that was like a really nice thing. Buck makes an appearance in this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah, he
better
does.
version of
He
Buck, in
does?
my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's an achievement that you get for it.
I think for talking
It's,
to him or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, what's the achievement called? It's new ways or something. I'll tell you here in a second. But no, yeah, Buck shows up. He shows up in I think it was new.
Yeah, because later on the lore wise in Halo 4, he talks about how he got off of Reach as well. So everyone
yeah, no, because he like makes an allusion to Noble 6.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, the achievement actually has his face. Yeah, it's called New Ways to Save a Buck.
Oh,
Halo Reach, hear a familiar voice on New Alexandria.
I had no idea.
So, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
no, Buck makes an appearance in the game.
Okay.
Mhm.
As a randomized objective in New Alexandria. Oh, okay. He will ask the
Yeah.
player to escort him to a building in the city. Oh, really? Oh,
Mhm.
Moina.
Yeah, dude. It's
So I
kinda
guess
cool.
you never got that randomized
I never got it,
No.
mission.
but I know he was in there because I remember
Yeah.
I was on Reddit and stuff, and then it was just like, oh, dude, like, do you guys? I think it was the craze when MCC was finally coming to PC, and then it was
Mhm.
like, holy shit, like, if you guys didn't know, like, Buck's in this game, or like, blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah. The Halo Reddit was just going off on the Reach like Easter eggs and stuff, and it did it every single time, like Halo 1, 2, whatever would come to MCC. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Huh.
And-
Moina.
what other things that were new were I'm trying to think besides like the guns and of course the equipment that we just went over, which equipment I like that they added it, but I mean it's not really needed. But
Mhm.
I'm glad that after Reach, the fact that they, made improvements to it, they took no longer have armor lock,
Yeah.
which is nice.
My God, bro. They listened. What?
They upgraded jetpacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know which ones have jetpacks.
I mean, really,
Uh,
none of the equipment from Reach made it through Reach.
Right. What else?
Okay, other than camo and overshield. Let me.
Well, that's the best pickups anyway.
Yeah,
so.
that's.
But they've been
those are
around
pickups.
forever, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not like a
So-
new thing.
Or
Yeah.
they've improved it. They've made sprint an actual just a regular ability that you just have. Because I mean, they had to evolve with the times because every game at that point had a sprint button.
Yeah.
So
It's the same argument people seem to tend to have, where like, oh fuck, I miss the old Halo, the whatever. It's like the
Right.
Kanye memes. I miss the old
Well,
Kanye, whatever the fuck. Like, but then people would complain, like when MCC would happen, they literally, when it came out for PC and 343 did it, they literally like deadass copy and pasted exactly on PC, and then people were complaining that it was the same. And then people were complaining that like just like, oh, like the problems that were there before, they're still there. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck do you want? Kind of shit.
Yeah.
right.
It's hard.
Still
Like,
slow.
Yeah.
Still, you know, I don't know. People just are. You can't. I've learned that you just can't appease anybody. So.
Well, I mean, like,
no, of course.
I think, in my opinion, anyways, we can get to it eventually. But like in Halo Infinite, I feel like the balance has been like the having the infinite sprint, or having the sprint integral in that part of the game. I think that's been the best way of like using the maps and stuff like that, or like like the amount of people that are playing. I think that's been the best so far.
I would generally
agree.
agree, and also, you know, there's pros and cons to sprinting as well. You don't want to sprint all the time because you still have to
you can't
get the gun up, right? Like, I think that the way that it is now is probably the best iteration of it. Now, I was never opposed to sprint being in Halo. Like, I just wish that
when they added
they
it,
would
I
have.
loved it.
I just wish that it would have gone like for it, like rather than having it as equipment, I guess.
Sure.
Because
Yeah,
it was kind of just weird.
Equipment. Yeah. Yeah,
Because-
the fact that it was
Heavy
equipment
breathing.
was not needed.
The
Yeah.
heavy breathing still plays in my ears, bro. Whenever I'm tired in real life, like literally, whenever I'm tired in real life, I just think about like what it sounded like in Reach for sprinting.
Oh, I do want to get back on this topic though.
Yeah, sure.
On the like campaign wise, the deaths. So, it always catches me off guard every time when fucking Cat gets shot in the head.
What a boring fucking way to die, dude.
I
Right.
know.
The line,
She's just talking, and all of a sudden,
yeah. The best line in Halo Reach is, at least George died thinking he made a difference.
Yeah.
and then she fucking just gets shot in the head.
And she's
And
going,
you're like,
what did you say about? And you're like,
right? You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, what the
And
fuck?
then you just see like the elites going fuck off right after they kill her, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
You're just like, damn, they didn't even give a fuck about the other guys. They just killed her and
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know why
God
they left.
damn.
Why'd they leave? Did
Well,
Elite
'cause
kill
they-
her?
Oh, it was a
Killed her, right?
jackal.
was it a jackal?
It looked like a jackal
Yeah,
and a phantom. Once again, the
Oh.
different dropship.
Well,
Which,
I
okay,
think they left because they had already gotten inside.
so real quick, just
Oh, they were
double back.
blasting the planet. That's why. I think that's the reason why they fucked up after they killed at least one or some shit. I don't know. That's the only thing. Like, I know it's weird because like, where are the shields, bruh? Like, but then people were
Right.
starting
Well,
to say like,
it's a
or but like,
Headshot.
yeah, but like there were people were gonna come out with lore reasons like, oh, the glassing, it's like a whole EMP blast or whatever. There was no like shields for anybody type shit, like things in that regard. But like, I don't know if it's like that's actually true or not, or
Because
fact
the
that her
story
helmet-
had to play out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
really,
too.
I mean that's what it comes down to, is
She-
that you can
She
think
didn't have
about
any plot armor.
yeah.
exactly the plot shield, just the plot veil just, you know, fell off
There
as
was-
soon as she was
there's
about
a
to get
fan
shot in the head.
theory- There's a fan theory also, like, if she has a robot arm, the EMP blast fucked up her shields, and she's the only shields she didn't have any. Like,
I
all
gotta
that
say, the
stuff.
robot arm was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
But
and
then
I'm so happy
remember
they
in
brought it
multiplayer-
in Halo Infinite though too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they look so much better in Infinite because they
Oh.
actually are the correct like length.
Yes.
I was
They
gonna
aren't
say,
small.
knowing anatomy and Halo Reach, it makes no sense why the arm would just stop here. Because why wouldn't they like have why wouldn't they cover past this joint as well? It doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
It
makes sense
really
in
doesn't.
Infinite, but in Reach it stops here. Like, why wouldn't they go past this joint? It's so
Yeah.
stupid. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like you're just like,
Because
why
you
is
can't
her
control
arm
anything.
this?
You can't control anything unless
Yeah.
the ligament's here.
I do love how they showed how she lost her arm though in
They
the
did,
trailer. In the trailer, it shows her losing her. If you
What
watch
happened to her
the
arm?
trailer for Halo Reach, it got blown off. It got blown off during an explosion. Like she was running a package, and then like mortar rounds are going off under,
I remember that one.
and
yeah.
that's how she lost her arm.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I said, it's in the trailer for Halo Reach
that's
when
cool. I
the
didn't know
game
that.
first came. Yeah.
Was it Believe in Hope or Believe in Reach? Oh, this is the end or something. It was like the end of Reach.
It was
like-
something. I can't remember the exact name. I'd have to look it up. But
Okay,
it
well-
literally will show. It shows her getting like blown up.
Well, I guess since we're on top of the deaths, though, I think I just want the last thing I wanted to hear about George. Say about George is that like the fact that like I think knowing that the end, like literally the end of this game, if Reach is destroyed, like it's done. Like knowing that's the end product from it, it's all about
Right.
how Reach actually got blown up and destroyed. And then like George and all through that effort, the entire level, the space mission that Ned hates. I mean, sorry, that Brendan hates. And then also like the build up, the cutscenes and everything. It was all just to destroy like one carrier. And then like as soon as George sacrifices himself, a fucking fleet just comes.
Yep, a
and it's just
whole
like,
fleet. You're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, holy fuck, that was a lot of fucking effort. And George thought,
Yes,
all right,
yeah.
cool. I saved Reach, sick. And then like
I
you said
know.
the line, yeah. Mm-hmm. And
At
thought
least he
made a
died
difference,
thinking
but-
he made a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other death the death that happened after Cats was Carter's, where he flies the pelican.
The pelican into the scarab.
Yeah.
What'd
Which
you
you're
think about
just
that?
like,
Fitting.
I mean, yeah.
Because he had no backbone.
He says Carter. He says
Yeah.
Carter out. I thought that shit was cool, bruh.
That
like,
is
"Get out."
cool.
Those are cool last words, but like, I feel like his death was just anticlimactic at that point. You know?
I mean, it felt like at the very end we just had to figure out ways to get rid of people.
Yeah.
But seriously, like June just goes, right? June goes with
Well, his
Halsey.
assignment was like
poof.
stay with Halsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Overwatch.
And then-
He's like the Overwatch sniper guy, so that's why he's always.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think on his.
I would take Carter's death over Cat's.
Yeah, I like
for
Carter's
sure.
death though. Way more.
Right, because at least he didn't die mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Like,
He fucking chose his death, bruh.
And then
right,
Emil.
he chose his death.
Even Nova says like, "Oh
Well-
fuck, this scarab's here, fuck," and then
Like,
it's like, "All right,
okay, for as
whip."
much non-character development that Emil got, the way he went off fighting
Is
was
dope.
probably the best. Yeah, because you're just like,
He
damn,
gets-
he's living up to that helmet right now.
He gets run
Like,
through by a
goddamn.
sword. He turns around, stabs the elite in the side of the head.
yeah."
right.
Then another one comes through and he fucking kicks him down
and
too
he's
and
still
stabs
fucking
him.
fighting.
Which if you
Like, you're
shoot, if
just
you
like,
when you go up there, do you shoot
damn.
those elites? They still have shields.
Yeah,
Because
I
if you
know.
shoot them,
Oh,
they go. Yeah, totally.
Oh shit.
but
So stupid.
hmm
but no, just the way he went out was just awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
For as
badass.
much of like, yeah, for as much like shit he says throughout the game, which is like you said, barely anything.
None.
Probably the best way to go out.
yeah. I think it's fitting for his characters. All we know him is like he just like wants to kill and like he's bloodthirsty.
Yep.
And he's very eager to kill him and stuff. And he's always got a shotgun and he's always like there. And I think like when he was covering you in that gun or like with that last cutscene, and then he just
Yeah.
like
With the
they're
mech
at least-
gun.
yeah, the zealots. I think it's the same zealot squad. I'm pretty sure we see from
No,
the
'cause
beginning.
you
or
kill
some shit
those.
like
You killed two of them.
Yeah, you kill
Okay,
those.
cool.
Yeah, you
Okay.
kill two of those in that section.
Mhm.
But
and then he's just
yeah.
like, "Fuck off! Like I'm ready, and I'm just gonna die.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna kill as many as I want." And
Yeah.
that's fitting.
right.
He does. He just stabs him.
Which-
It like brutally too. He stabs him in the fucking head.
Yeah.
It's not even like sniping.
You're
It's
like,
just like
"God
literally ah.
Yeah. And then the last death, of course, is Noble 6,
Mm.
which you can either choose to just die, or you can choose to go off fighting for like 24 fucking hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have the 3 o'clock in the morning ending, or you have the finishing it when you're a 16-year-old cracked out on Adderall ending.
Right. Yeah.
This one I did the
So
3 a.m. as an old man ending. I stood there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was just like,
Ugh.
I remember last night on Discord, like, all right, time to see how long I last. And then 30 seconds later, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna end it now. I was like, I'm tired.
Engage yourself or whatever. Like,
Yeah. I was like, never mind.
It is cool
I-
though.
when I was
Yeah.
younger, I thought there was a certain time that if you survived enough, you did the right things or whatever, you could actually get like a different
Yeah.
ending type shit. But then I was like, obviously that's
Nah.
not true.
Yeah, it's called Beat It
Nah,
on
you just want
Legendary.
to see how long. Yeah.
And even then, the ending
Mhm.
doesn't change. It's just a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah, I
You
do
could look
love.
less.
Yeah, I do love though the fact that like as you're fighting, your helmet is
Cracks,
just
bro.
slowly cracking away and everything. Just like, oh shit.
What is
your hearing goes too? Like your
Yeah.
like things get distorted, and then you feel like shell shocked. Like when you get
Right.
like your shield's broken or something like that. It's just
Mhm.
gone. It's
what
like you
is
can't
with
hear.
these Spartan 3s constantly ripping their helmets off in a fight?
I
Oh,
don't
All
know,
of them
but
do
it-
it, minus Cat who gets shot, but
Yeah.
they all do it.
It's sort of
And you're like, what the
it's
fuck?
sort of
Stop.
akin to when you're watching like a football player getting angry and then he's done with it.
And Carter
But
never
the
has his helmet on.
Spartans- Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
It could be it's just like I don't know. It could be like radio chatter. It could be like a lot of like beeping,
Right.
boops, beeps and boops, and then just like, all right, fuck it. Like I'm already my shields are gone. I'm probably gonna die, or like I need to fully see them. Sometimes I think it's like a same thing of like, oh, I might be reading too much into it, but way back like then like I used to be super into like reading about medieval and historical battles. Like some soldiers or like people would take their helmets off, so like when they kill
they can
people,
see
they
better.
know
Oh,
like
that could
who's
be.
killed them type shit. Like who they know like I'm the face that you remember that's killed you
Yeah.
type shit.
Ooh.
And like the Noble
you
Six
think
one I
about it-
know is I mean he gets the visor shattered, so he takes it off
Yeah.
so he can not
Takes it
have
off.
glass in his
Cool.
face. But
Yeah. If you think
And
about
then-
it, George is the
then-
first Spartan 2 that you see without a helmet.
Yeah, it is.
Because
Yeah.
the next two that you see after that are, I think, is it Sam and Kelly?
it's
In
Kelly.
yeah, or is it? Yeah, no, I know it's Kelly, but is it Sam or is it? Can't remember. For
be Fred. Fred is like
until dawn.
Fred
or-
is Fred the one
Or until
that's
dawn.
like
Sorry.
so it's like the lethality. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
it has
pretty
to
sure
be
it
Fred
goes like
because Sam
Dawn,
dies.
Fred, then
Well, Sam still had the Mjolnir arm. Oh yeah, never mind.
He dies
It
in
is Fred.
He dies in Fall
Yeah,
Reach.
he dies like right as. Well, he dies like as soon as they get their Mjolnir.
I think, and then he's. I think Sam is John's like motivation to keep the rest of the team alive and shit like that.
Oh yeah, because it was his best friend. Well, no, his motivation was like, when they got the augmentations.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but no, I almost said Jorge. George.
I thought his name was Jorge.
George is the first Spartan 2 that you see without a helmet,
Yeah,
and you just see him with his awesome shaved head and his mustache.
Looking like
Oh,
a
fuck yeah,
pimp, dude.
Right. So, but just overall though, story wise, I loved Halo Reach. For like we said, half of the characters we loved because of like their development or just how they were. Weapons, I enjoyed the weapons that they added besides the plasma
launcher thing.
cannon. Yeah, the plasma launcher. Vehicles. Vehicles, we never talked about that. Besides
what
this
did they change?
Spectre.
They changed something how the vehicle takes damage from Halo 3. I'm pretty sure. Like, cause like
I think
'cause
they
in
did, but
Halo 3, if you could you hammer them enough that the person driving it would blow up no matter because like
I don't
in
remember.
in Halo 2 they would only blow up if the person inside would die as well. Like that's how they did it. And then
Oh.
Halo 3, pretty sure, I don't know.
I think you just blow it
Yeah.
up, but I'm not 100% because I mean, it's hard to always tell,
yeah.
right?
Right, because you either die or you die and blow up, or blows
It's not
up
like
and you
now.
die.
It's not like an Infinite where it has the lead up and the.
Yeah.
Right, which
And you
I
can get
like.
out.
That was a good addition. But no, the my favorite. I'd have to say my favorite vehicle is not even like a actual like weapon vehicle. It's that like cart thing that you get to drive.
And George sits on the
Dude.
back in the first one. In
Yeah.
Winter Contingency, he sits in the back
Dude.
with his fucking gun, like a fucking
Yeah, he's on
warthog.
there.
Yeah, that thing is so fucking fast.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah, it's
It's faster than the fucking mongoose I felt. I was like,
Yeah.
why am I like speeding through this right now? Like, holy shit.
I gotta say, guys, my
Yeah.
favorite vehicle is in fact the forklift.
The forklift? Oh, of
yeah,
course.
the forklift's pretty fun
know,
too.
The fact that they made the
Speedrun
forklift
strat.
drivable.
Speedrun
Right?
strat through that whole entire level. You can actually, if you finesse and drive the forklift next to it, and you get off of it, you glitch through the gate, and you just
Oh
go
my
through past the
God.
entire level. I saw that, and I tried to do it. I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's sick!" And I did it on legendary.
Only
It's
you.
needed on
Yeah.
Jesus.
But no, the mongoose though, the mongoose was only good on that last, and then, but then even then, it's not as good as the Halo version of
No.
mongoose.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
not
This
by a
one
long shot.
felt very This one felt it felt slower, but it also felt it was a lot harder like to control.
It was.
I
It felt
feel.
heavier. It felt chunkier.
Yeah, it definitely felt heavy.
You just felt fat, bro. It's like what I imagine like being obese it would be like and stuff like that. And you just like literally like you can't just I don't know, you can't do what you
We're
want to
about
do.
to
Fair.
get canceled on our like 4th episode, aren't
Oh,
we?
I mean, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's just heavy. It's just heavy and like it's rounded. It's like instead of like
It just
if you
felt
wanna go left,
boxy.
it's rounded. It's like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Not like
it felt like you were driving like a ATV that's just made out of cement. I feel
Mm.
that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Because it didn't float as well, and like when you're making turns, you want it to float so you can drift around the corners. Because on that level, there's a lot of turns that you're go under the scarabs.
Yeah.
Which are you able to like fight those scarabs and destroy them?
I don't know. I
I've
never even tried. I just
I didn't
went
try.
through.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
I wasn't
Oh,
sure.
I don't know if they're like, you know, how like in programming, they could be like the moving pieces, the set pieces that they're supposed to go
True.
X amount of distance for other shit to happen. It could be that.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, I'm not sure, but I've never tried because I just kind of blasted. I literally run through that whole mission.
Oh yeah.
I don't fight anything. I just
Yep.
keep going, and
There's no
Just- yeah.
point. It's a lot like
Through-
it's not like ODST where a lot of it you couldn't just go
Right.
through. Like
Yeah.
any of the vehicle levels, you could just kind of go right. Like Halo 3
And-
didn't let you do that. They had a lot of stopping points where you had to
Right.
stop, fight, open doors,
Yeah.
move through, then do it again, then kill Scarab and shit like that. But like ODST and then this and then Reach, like any of the vehicle parts, like 90% of them you could just drive on by everything. Go,
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah, and the last thing about that level, I hate the Mac gun part.
Oh god, yeah,
I
that
hate
sucks
that.
ass, dude.
Well,
It sucks so much
'cause-
ass.
well, I always forget that you have to wait.
Yeah.
You have to like keep fighting, and then you're able to shoot.
Well, because
the
they yell at
fucking-
you over and
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again to shoot the
You
carrier.
just like shoot. Yeah, and you're like,
Okay.
okay, but I can't like
Not
protect
doing anything.
myself.
I
Yeah,
was like, what the fuck?
like it always confuses me, even though I've played it enough that I should know, but I always forget.
Oh, I do too. I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and then I'm like, what if I just keep shooting these, and then
And then it tells
let it
you.
get close, then you shoot it? Yeah, like the big fucking like square shows up. You're like, oh,
Yep,
well, that
exactly.
makes sense. So,
Well, that checks out.
and then, yeah, but overall, do you think it holds up though? The whole game?
I think it does. I think it holds up actually better than I remembered it. I still think that it probably sits mid tier on my list just because I don't like. I care about half the characters. I think Reach is cool, but like a lot of the level design feels forgettable, honestly, to me. And then the space level just fucking absolutely just tanks any sort of adoration I have. The tank level alone, like, or not the tank level, the space level alone, like instantly like fucking turns my chubby into a huge softie for the next 4 levels. Like it makes me that upset to play.
Really?
Yeah, I can't even tell you why. I'm just like I can't.
Right.
It literally infuriates me to no end.
Okay. No, I totally get where you're coming from. I mean, I think it definitely holds up. If I was to rank just the Bungie games right now, it would go Halo 2, Halo 3, Reach, and then I can't. For me, for Halo 1 and ODST, I would probably put Halo 1, honestly, because I have more like more attachment to Halo 2 and Halo 3 than I do Halo 1, of course. Halo Reach, I played a lot of, at least multiplayer wise, and I have replayed Reach a good amount of times campaign wise. Halo 1, I didn't, play enough. And then ODST, I mean, for me, like replaying it, it made me remember why I did like it, but
Yeah,
it was a forgettable game for me, really, because I didn't play it a lot. Because, like we said last time, I mean, we really only played the campaign, and then we played Firefight, and then we really never
played it again.
So,
Yeah, exactly. It's like a one and done kind of thing. I
Mhm.
think I only
Right.
played. I think I only played Firefight and Reach more only because of the challenges. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only. And I did the. Of course, I did the exploit for the credits and stuff like that. You can get medals, but if you do grunts only or some shit like that, and then you do. You can farm the combinations to get you the credits in order to buy armor and stuff. So I did that.
So you can get Emil's helmet and fucking get the flaming skull helmet and everything.
exactly.
Or no, the flaming skull helmet was, I think, a Bungie exclusive. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
That was one that you had to kill people to get that had it already.
yeah, and I had it because I just randomly ran into someone. I remember in Halo 3 they had the achievement where you had to kill a Bungie employee.
Or somebody who had killed a Bungie employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Which wasn't
so that
hard.
One spread, that one spread like wildfire. It spread
pretty fast.
Well, it actually no, it didn't spread as fast as COVID.
Well, for me, I like to say, I don't think it takes my top pick. I take that back. I said that in the beginning or whatever, before we started recording or something. Or maybe it was like when I said it's like my top favorite game. I think out of all the bungo, I think Halo 3 is still there because it's such a satisfying ending, like to like the whole story of Master Chief and stuff, and like it's just too good. But I think Halo Reach is probably like my second most favorite, and I'm actually listening to the track, like Winter Contingency right now. Just like it's a 14-minute track, bro. It goes through the entire thing.
There's a lot of music in
your meeting, and like it's just like so many phases of like your meeting. I felt like meeting them, and then like the shit's going down, and then the calmness of like fuck, Reach is dying, like, and we already know the ending. Reach is it's fucked. Like that's the first planet that I think like the Covenant glasses or some shit like that. I don't know.
It's just the most important one. It's where
yeah.
It's like
Their
second
base,
Earth, right?
That's
how it's kind
their
of
home.
labeled as.
Because
you gotta think Harvest was first, and God, never mind. I'm not gonna start going down this path.
Yeah. I think you're right, but like I think the reason why I think Reach is like the overall narrative has actually told the story of like how actual fucked and fearful like the Covenant actually is, and I think like the reason why it's done that is because like the way the Zealots look like, their numbers, and like what it actually means when they're talking about when the planet's fucked or like it's getting glass or things or it's happening. And I think it's like people's in their voices and how they act is like how fearful it actually is, like what they're doing. But the Covenant's actually known for that, like just they do whatever they need to do, they take what it is, and then just to tie up loose ends, they completely destroy the planet. That's what they do. And I think that's so well communicated in that, and especially when the first mission is just like George figuring out like what happened. And it's like it's not rebels, it's the fucking Covenant, and it's like fuck what. And then they get all these calls sword based, and it's like holy shit, this is happening, like these people just dropped, the Covenant troops are here, it's like shit's going off, and it's
Yeah.
like trying to
Like, what the
scavenge.
fuck's going on? Yeah.
No, it's
And
fucking sick.
I do, right, and I enjoy how at the end they tie it to the beginning of
Halo 1.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
in the last cutscene
Halsey's
where it's the
voice
whole
comes in. Bro, fucking, you see the helmet that you wear and shit? It's fucking broken and shit. And then it's Halsey's voice, like, I don't even know what she says, but you fucking hear, it's Halsey's voice and shit, and then like it goes into Halo 1 and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it literally goes into Halo 1.
Oh.
And it's all I need to know is, did we lose them? You're like,
yeah.
oh.
didn't they say like Spartans are always missing in action or some shit? I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I don't
I
remember
don't
if it was this one, even though I just played it last night. It was late.
Like
so
Spartans never
there's a
die.
lot
They're
of
just missing in action. I don't know
Right.
if someone said that, but I know that's a thing that people
no,
say in
that
Halo.
was a
like,
thing. No, that was a thing.
mhm.
But then after it goes from that, then it goes to right at the end of the war, and then you
Mm.
still see your helmet right there, but
Mhm.
there's like greenery, there's grass
Oh.
everywhere.
Yeah, she
It's
talks
not a
about
grass
how,
planet anymore.
your
Like, she
body
doesn't
was given to the
specifically say-
planet,
yeah.
but your courage was given to us, or some shit like that.
Right, like she
Oh.
doesn't specifically say who, but I mean you can correctly assume who she's about.
Yeah.
So,
Just talking.
but
Beautifully
Yeah.
written at the end of the game, dude. And it's
no, I
there.
think it was a fitting ending for Halo Reach, and just
Really, Bungie as a whole.
yeah,
Not
And,
Bungie as a
I mean,
studio,
that
but
was-
Bungie with Halo.
right,
Yeah.
right. It was a nice like farewell gift to the fans.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like this is our last Halo game.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be making any more. This is
Mm-hmm.
pretty much our, I guess, what swan song. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
Instead, we're
So,
making
'cause-
Destiny.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, they hadn't announced Destiny at that point.
Look,
right?
that's a
They were
wizard that
about
came from
to.
the moon.
Man, what a disappointment
Yeah.
Destiny was. I was a Destiny fanboy for so long for Destiny 2, and then I was like, wow, I'm blind. And then my eyes were open.
Yeah,
and
I
it
put
just
in
sucks.
4,000 hours into Destiny 1.
Damn.
Did you play Destiny 2?
Yeah, he did.
How
I played
much?
both.
I don't know, between
A lot.
Xbox and PC, probably about 500-600 hours.
I played a lot too. Oh my god, we got things to
Yeah.
talk about with Destiny 2, bro. That was a big disappointment that I thought I was.
Well,
went all in
sadly,
on
those
it.
games.
Hmm.
Sadly, those games aren't on our list because not strictly campaign games.
Well, you
Dude,
also
dude,
can't even play them
Destiny,
anymore.
Destiny 2, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, Destiny 2, you can't play it because to buy DLC that's $40, they destroyed 4
Oh, yeah.
planets and you can't play the regular campaign anymore.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
baffling. Yeah,
Well,
totally.
shit. So yeah, those are never
That's a
going to
good
be on
design
our
decision.
list.
Okay, anyways,
but yeah,
but yeah, I like it, dude. I think it goes Halo 3, Halo Reach, and then I think I don't know, ODST. I like the soundtrack, I like what they're trying to do and everything, but I still rank Halo 2 quite. So I have to
Yeah.
put Halo 2 above ODST just because, like,
Right.
fuck, man. I don't know, dude. I know there are
After
flaws, but
after all this,
BXR, baby. BXR lives in here.
BXR.
BXR and Double Shot lives in here, bro.
right.
After all this, I have to say my list is probably Halo 3, Halo 1, ODST, Reach 2.
Damn. Okay.
Did anything change at the end, like from the start to the beginning here, or no?
Yeah, 2 went down, 2 went to the bottom for me, honestly.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, 2 was mid of the pack anyway when we started this.
Yeah, but now I actually don't think 2's a very good game. Like at all, like campaign wise.
It was revolutionary for multiplayer, though, bro. It was actually.
And I will never deny that. But
revolutionary for Xbox Live.
if we're talking
Yeah.
about just strictly from a Halo fanboy, narrative loving story boy that I am,
Yeah, fuck that cliffhanger ending.
Fuck
though.
that game.
Fuck that.
fuck that game as a whole.
Nah, bro. Arbiter is sick.
Yeah, that's the only good part. But unfortunately, his levels also suck.
Yeah, they were too fucking long. They
Every
were way
level
long.
is too long, too corridory.
I used to
Yeah.
hate the Arbiter missions when I was younger, but then now, like, when I think about it more, Arbiter is fucking cool as, dude. Especially his
Yeah.
voice actor.
Well, yeah.
His voice actor is sick. Like,
Oh yeah, Keith
Yeah,
David.
fucking Keith
oh
David.
my god.
It's what is there not to love about it? The only thing that my only hang up
Right.
with Halo 2 is the complete and utter lack of level design, where everything was just a fucking straight corridor and was kind of just not that great.
But
And the Master
I
Chief was
still
given
love
no time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all that while
Okay.
changing the battery in my headset. So
Right.
My God, I'm listening to
Is he
Philip
so
Morgan.
awesome, guys?
no.
But yeah, no. That actually concludes our whole Bungie like Halo.
OG
So now
Bungie,
we're about to move on to 343 trying and dipping their hands in the Halo universe.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have to start with Halo 4.
4.
I played the fuck out of
honestly,
that game. I played the fuck out of that game, and then I still would say it's bad.
Me too.
We're gonna have this next episode for Halo is gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a straight doozy because like
We're just gangbanging it and being like, "It's like this game. 343, what you doing?" Like,
yeah. So I'm kind of like I kind of want to just play more Persona 4 before we do Halo 4, but
Boy, I cannot play 100 hours in a week.
no, I know I can't either. I can't
Well, you
either.
I could, but I also have a job and a family and
Right.
obligations. And
I mean, you could, but what you're
Like-
telling me is that you could, but like, you probably shouldn't.
yes, I could
We
do
definitely
4 days
shouldn't.
straight with no sleep and play Persona 4 Golden. It's not a problem.
When I first played Persona 4 Gordon, I neglected my girlfriend at the time, and would like when she would sleep at night,
Yeah.
I would sneak out of bed
You'd
and like
play.
I'd play in because at the time I was living with her, and just for 2 months, and my setup was
Yeah.
in the garage, and I would hide in the garage and play for 3 hours into the night.
Oh, did you first
Every
play it on
night.
PC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
I
play on
first
PC.
played it on Vita, which was
You played not Golden then.
no, Golden was on Vita. PlayStation 2
Yeah,
was not
was
Golden.
on Vita.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't play Vita. Yeah,
So-
I didn't get that. It was like it seemed like a console you get for like 2 games, and then
oh my
like,
god,
it was gone.
It totally was. It was Persona
Yeah,
4 and
well,
Persona
I
3
get
and Danganronpa. And then I sold my
Yeah,
Vita.
no, yeah, Vita was the JRPG
JRPG
machine
1000%.
Yeah.
until the Switch came out, which is now the JRPG machine.
I still want to get it, but I'm still skeptical of like
You need to
when would
get it.
like the Switch, like the next cycle or the next console of Nintendo, is it gonna come out? Or, like, I don't know.
Honestly, I think it's not going to be for a little bit.
Okay.
They just dropped the OLED one, so
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
because remember the Wii came out, then they dropped the Wii U, but the OLED Switch is pretty much the Wii U version at this point. So,
But-
honestly, I say you should get a Switch, just because there's so many games that will keep you occupied
Fuck yeah.
that you probably wouldn't be able to play. You might be able to play on the next gen of Nintendo, but
Mhm.
at this point, I highly doubt it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, the Switch is just a good investment, even though, like you were saying that you'd be able to play it on the bus to work, but now that you have
Yeah.
a car, there's no point.
Yeah.
But I
right,
still,
right.
it's a nice one where you're just like laying in bed, or if you're in like the living room watching TV.
Yeah.
With, like,
it's a
your
good
buds.
girlfriend console
Yeah.
because you can watch a movie together but still be playing
Yeah.
something.
Right.
No, I can't do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You could.
He
You think I
likes
can do that shit?
He likes chilling too much.
Yeah, dude. My brain, I can't do that, dude. If I play an engaging story and I have to watch it at the same time, I'm not gonna get any. I'm literally gonna sit
My
in
point-
between, and there's
My
nothing.
point is that you don't watch the thing, you just play the thing.
But if it's a movie I want to watch,
Then you put the Switch down and you watch the movie.
Yeah.
then what is?
But
What if it's a game I want to play?
Then you pick whichever one you want to
Yeah,
do and
yeah.
you do that.
If it's the
Generally,
only
I would
time
say
you
movie
choose-
to watch because the sleep button just
Yeah.
just holds wherever you're at, even if your console dies.
Right.
That's how
Yeah.
So what I was getting to is that's how I originally played Persona 4. Was it was exclusively in bed or on the toilet on my Vita,
Yeah.
and I'd have my Vita at
You
work.
played Waifu Simulator on the toilet.
Oh yeah, totally. Danganronpa was the same way. I played all of it on the toilet. I played all of that game literally on the toilet.
That's sick.
Damn.
When I'd take a shit,
my
I would
butt
pee
would be
sitting down
too,
for that reason too, so I could like get to the next like I'd do do a day and then I'd like get back to work.
God damn it.
Mm.
All right. Well,
Mm. Okay.
well, I think this was a good episode, boys. I really enjoyed talking about one of my favorite Halo games. It's not number one, but it's still fairly high.
Still
up there.
pretty good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Favorite one.
it holds up.
does. It
But
does,
the
bro.
next game, like we said, is going to be Halo, and we're all kind of going through that one.
I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm actually kind of excited to go back through it again.
Well,
I'm not.
I'm
Get
not.
that shit out. I don't know. Final boss with quick time events kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious. I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since then. It's been almost 10 years at this point. I haven't played it.
I think
Yeah,
the sounds
it's
are cool.
been a while.
From memory, the sounds
Yeah,
are cool.
the sounds were cool.
So
Sound
But
design good.
I'm really stoked to
Well,
actually like
yeah.
hop back into it.
so yeah, we'll discuss that more in the next. Well, whenever we decide to record the Halo 4 episode,
Mhm.
which will not be tonight.
No. Could be.
Definitely not tonight.
No, we
Well, I
recorded these
mean-
a week apart.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
We record
Mhm.
all of our stuff a week apart. That's
Yep.
how it works.
Yep, and I play every
But-
game. Yep. hmm
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed discussing this. But yeah, so overall, holds up. Halo 4 is next. And with that being said, I think the episode is going to be completed. You'll be able to find all these, of course, on our YouTube channel
Mhm.
and on anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yes.
So,
Oh, we finally done
with
that.
being said, yeah, no, we've finally done
Nice.
that.
Yeah, we have. Wow. By this episode, we definitely have done that. Yep.
And also by this episode, Brendan, where can we find you?
Nowhere. Still.
Okay.
Okay.
A
What can we-
mistake?
Me,
Yeah,
it's
oh, no.
Mistaken. It's Mistaken on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and all that stuff. Links in the description down below. And love to see you guys. Have a chat with me. We can talk about our best waifu and also like Halo. I don't know.
It's gonna be
and-
weird going to a different game after all the Halos.
Yeah, we're
Right.
a Halo podcast.
Oh, it's gonna be right. Every single thing, and even the shorts that we've posted have been like Halo
I
Infinite.
mean, it's easy to do
so-
though because right now Halo's just been on the brain, right? Between Infinite,
Yeah.
like
Right.
actually being like good multiplayer and
Mhm.
doing all these again and shit like that. Like it's just been Halo's been really front and center on at least on my brain recently. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then for me, you guys can find me on Twitter. It's Flip Frenzy. Instagram, it's Mark_L4, and then I will also put my channel down below. IRL stuff.
Mhm.
Most of the gaming content you'll find on here. For maybe I might put some stuff on my like old ass gaming channel, but I haven't uploaded to that since 2020. So thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what we do, hit that subscribe button. And with that,
Ding.
boys, I think it's time to just
awkwardly
peace out.
say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Wow. See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
See you.
This
Bye.
thing
I'll be
is
naked.
you.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you. Yeah.